All right, so we are getting more and more mascots into our design studio. We got a couple things that we need to touch on real quick, and then we'll be golden. But anyway, so inside of our Brainless Tees design studio is our more school mascots. Okay, the hardest part for kids to get to creating their own designs for their schools and the different programs inside their schools has been getting a hold of their artwork. So let's go into the design studio and create something. Okay, we're going to make a gymnastics design. Okay, we're going to come in here and we're going to go. You know what? I tend to like to just type in gymnastics and see what comes up. Okay, so sometimes I like using templates that are already designed to work with a program, or to that are gymnastics. Sometimes I'll like to take a design um, and then convert it from, like, say, soccer to golf or something like that. Okay, first thing that I like to do is move this thing up because it puts it right in the middle of the design area, but you don't need that. You need it where you actually want it printed. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom in, and we're going to add some clip art. We're going to come down here to school clip art. And let's go ahead and design something. Let's go throw something together for Sam Barlow. Okay, so Sam Barlow Gymnastics, and you know what? I actually want this logo to be down here. But look at that, those ears just kind of fit right into that little notch. Okay, so one of the things that you'll see is that all of the colors are completely off. However, we can quickly change them all down here. Okay, so we can change colors one of two ways. We can come up here, click this, and then click a color, and it will do that. Okay, or we can come through here and say I know that navy blue is not my color, it's royal blue, right? So now I can grab this, and I can go royal blue. So now it converted everything over. I know that red is not my color. I'm going to convert it all over to this sun gold. Okay, so now this one here I might regret doing, but I can always undo it. Hey, that actually doesn't look bad. So let's change our product color. Let's move it down to, say, a dark heather gray. Okay, now sometimes it takes a little bit to render it. I usually click my zoom back and forth, and it will, for whatever reason, render it quicker. Okay, so now I lost my year. Okay, so let's come up here, and we're going to go with 2018, and I'm going to turn that to white. Okay, and then I'm going to come over here and do the same thing with this one here. Turn that to white. Okay, now I got a pretty cool start for my design. Okay, women's gymnastics national champions. I do not know. I'm pretty sure that that's not the case, just because I don't think that there's national competitions for high school sports. Okay, so Sam Barlow. Let me see. Come over here. National Bruins. And then, whoop. Gymnastics. Okay. And I feel pretty darn good about this. And look at that. It only took a tiny bit of time. If I wasn't talking, this would have been even faster. Okay. Best way to grab a hold of things is just to click on the layers and move it around where you want. And that is a wrap. Okay. So here we're going to come through and save this off. Sam Barlow Gymnastics 2018. Okay. As always, this takes a couple minutes to save off. and I still don't have a good explanation, but you know what? I say a couple minutes, but it's probably only like 30 seconds. It just feels like a couple minutes. So anyway, it's going to finish here in just a second, and then I'm going to email it to myself so that I have a link and I can share that link with whoever I want, and then they can go in and modify my design, right? Well, they can modify a design, right? My design is always safe. So I'm allowing them to start where I stopped. Okay, so I'll send this to myself, by the way, adam@brainlesstees.com. If you got questions, that is a great place to send your questions. So now, if I come over here into my email and this thing pops up, I am going to click at this. Okay, and then if I click right here, it takes me into the entry point for the design studio. It shows it as a design. Okay, a great way to share just the picture. I like to click on this, and then here I've got a nice big rendering. I can copy the image. Another thing that I like to do is right click down here on the design thing or design now, and then if I hit copy link address, then if I send that to somebody and they click, it'll go right into the design studio, and they're going to land right here and start designing. Not modifying my design, but modifying a design that will allow them to, make their own version and save it off. And so we can send back and forth and collaborate. All right.